URL's Battle Rap Arena, Jesse Rican, and URL's very own Street Star Norvs, Hip Hop Psycho. What up, Norvs?
I'm good, but Jesse, again, you messed up. Your name is no longer Jesse Rican. It's Jesse Retard. And we're gonna, that's your new name, officially.
Nah, I'm not co-signing that name.
Jesse, you have no say in this. Me and Psycho spoke about this earlier. I also spoke to numerous staff members on the show, and we all feel like that is your name until you prove us differently. Your new name is Jesse Retard. So everybody who listens to the show, or anybody who comes to the URL event and meets him, his name is Jesse Retard.
No, I'm not. I'm not co-signing that new nickname. It's still Jesse Rican.
This is not even argued. It's not even a debate. You're Jesse Retard. We all know you as that. And I want all the fans out there to tweet at Jesse Rican, JESSERICAN, to change his name to Jesse Retard until further notice.
I'm not co-signing this name.
Because you don't have to co-sign it.
He tried to get me to switch this name. 2 days ago he told me about this. I was like, nah.
Have no... Psycho, can you tell him that's his new name? His name is Jesse Retard.
Jesse, you do be wild, huh?
Yeah,
call him JR for short.
We're going to call you JR for short, but you got to definitely put his name out there. His new name is Jesse Retard, so when you see him at the shows, be like, what's up, Jesse Retard? Dude, you know, it's good. He's a great dude, but his new name is Jesse Retard. We feel as if it fits him better. So, B-Magic and Rosenberg Raw recently dropped. I love the battle. I mean, B-Magic did what B-Magic did, and then I told people before that after, you know, the Young Cannon performance, a lot of people were giving him a lot of negative feedback, and I was like, just wait till his performance, and you can see that he kind of took what a lot of people felt as if was a loss to him, and he kind of just, like, didn't let him bring him down, and he improved on a lot of things. He was funny, stage presence, the bars was crazy. B-Magic gave us a show. Rosenberg Raw did his thing. I love what Rosenberg did round 1. So round 2, he kind of slowed up, and then round 3, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know what the fuck I was watching. I don't know what the hell was that. Whose phone's ringing? Let me guess.
No, that was me.
It was me.
I mean,
you're okay. You don't make that many mistakes. Jesse, like the other day, I'm listening to the show. I hear Jesse texting on the air. I'm going through a lot right now. And Jesse, we're going to talk about this later. But, Michael, I mean, what was your take on that battle?
I think it was a real good battle. Like, Rosenberg Raw came out with a real ill first round, and once he spit it, I was like, oh, okay, B-Magic got to be ready because Rosenberg looked like he on top of his game. And B-Magic came back with an ill first round. There was a lot of name flips pretty much throughout the course of his whole battle. I've seen a lot of people pointing that out and everything, but that's pretty much the style of rapper he is. And, yeah, he just picked Rosenberg apart right after that. And that was hard to do after that first round that Rosenberg spit. And then Rosenberg bounced back in the second round and had another nice round. Mm-hmm. And, again, B-Magic seemed like he came back and topped it right afterwards. And it seemed like that sucked the gas. He said right in the middle of his second round, it sucked the gas right out of Rosenberg. Rosenberg started arguing with the audience. I think he was arguing with Shotgun Suge in the audience.
He was actually, and that's the thing I'm going to point out. He did argue with Shotgun Suge. If you could hear Shotgun Suge, he was chewing on a hot dog. And his voice was a little muffled in the crowd, but that was Shotgun Suge, and they were going at it. So, I mean, I feel you. Then round 3, we don't know what happened in round 3. A lot of the fans don't know. Apparently, he forgot his rhyme, and he went into a freestyle. It looked like he took a verse from one of his songs, which begs, it leads me to the question. How do you expect to beat B-Magic? And for you to go around, doesn't make sense. to me. It's just crazy. I love Rosenberg Raw. I think Rosenberg Raw is talented. That's one of the reasons I bring him to the URL. I think he has something about him that some of the fans love. Some of the fans don't like him. It's weird. It's almost like he's almost got the same effectiveness as of when Suge first came into the league.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are like, oh, we don't like Suge. And then there's other people like, yo, I like Suge because Suge is dope and he spits a lot of this shit that, you know, people that are in the streets, you know what I mean? And
exactly.
He's not punchline heavy. He doesn't sound like anybody. Rosenberg Raw to me is dope. Now the question to me is like this. This is not the first time this happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
But now the question begs, is the hunger there? And that's the question I have for Rosenberg Raw. I think he's
I think the hunger is still there, but I just
Jesse retard. We didn't go to you yet.
Go ahead.
The question is this. No, I'm not just fucking with you, Jesse. Real talk. Jesse, make your point. You said the hunger is there. What?
No, the hunger is there. I just don't know if the experience is there. I mean, people forget that Rosenberg's 18, 19 years old.
Okay, no. This is what I have to counter that. Yes, he's 19 years old. I want to put his personal business out there. This is not the first time he's been on stage. He's battled a few times. It's not the first time he's forgotten his rhymes or whatever. Is it? I don't think it's the fact that he's not talented or whatever. Sometimes people get comfortable. Maybe it's the fact that he's preparing too late. Maybe it's not. Sometimes with MCs, what happens is they get comfortable or they get lazy. I'm not saying that's what happened with him, and they'll cram at the last minute. It's like when you go take a test. You remember when you were a kid in high school, and you're like, man, I'll study later. I'll finish that project later. I'll finish it later. And then at the last night, the day before the big test, you show up. I mean, you get home and you're like, fuck it, I got to study. But then your friends call you to hang out. So you go hang out, but I'll study later. Now it's midnight. Now you got to wake up at 7 in the morning for that test. So you cram from midnight to 3 in the morning, but you fall asleep before you finish the last chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to take that big test today. I think that's a combination of what could be happening. And then maybe it's an experience and stuff like that. I could be totally wrong. Maybe he could have just forgotten. But due to the fact that it hasn't happened, it's happened a couple times or whatever, I think that could be happening. Having said that, I think Rosenberg is still one of the top young talents out there. I think he's very dope. And if he brings the same energy that he brings in that first round, it's by far the best battle of the night.
Yeah.
Now, the question that Rosenberg has to ask himself now is this something he wants? Is this something that does he want to be the best? Does he want to rep what he's doing? I mean, he could be having other issues. It could be a bunch of things. It could be, maybe he's going through personal problems. Maybe he's going through this. Whatever it is, there's definitely something that he has to address. Because talent-wise, he's got all the talent in the world. Some people might not like his style. A lot of people do. I've seen Rich Dollar shout him out. I've seen Loaded Lux shout him out. I've seen numerous MCs shout him out because he brings something different. He doesn't sound like everybody. He doesn't have to get punchline heavy. He spits that shit that makes you feel it.
Yeah, he said about the streets. I was saying he said about the streets like Shotgun.
Yeah, and it's dope. But he spits, I love it. I like when he uses a lot of boxing metaphors and sports analogies and stuff like that. But the question with Rosenberg is, was it too much too soon? Maybe it was too much cramming. He had up multiple battles before that. Maybe, me personally, if he gets, it takes a while to adjust to this. And it takes a lot of hard work. It's like, if you're in the NBA, you got to keep practicing that jump shot. You got to do certain things. And if Rosenberg does that, I think the next person he battles is going to be in a lot of trouble because he's dope. People like him. What do you think about it?
Jesse?
Michael?
Me? Well, I like Rosenberg. I think it was a bad matchup for him. Personally, I feel like I feel like people like B Magic, who's like real punchline heavy, and he actually B Magic actually spits like he's from the East, like with a St. Louis slang to him, and like a person like him is really a bad matchup for Rosenberg because like he also has performance, and a person like B Magic will really cause him problems. Somebody who's like punchline heavy, like one of the Sons or somebody, will really give him problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I want to see Rosenberg go up against maybe a Mav. I don't know if Mav will take that battle, but I would like to see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another bully, you mean? Not a bully.
Yeah.
My bad. You know where wrong.
But not even so much a bully, just somebody who spit about the block. You know what I'm saying? And they both spit about the block heavy.
Mm-hmm. See, my thing is this. It's like, let's take away that third round. Let's just say round 1 and 2 will be Magic and Raw. Chances are you might have it as a draw. A lot of people might have it as a draw. A lot of people have Raw winning round 1, B Magic winning round 2. So is it the style, or is it the fact that he fucked up round 3? That's a question that I don't necessarily think it would, because honestly, I think if he would have ran a third round, that battle would have been a great battle. And that, I mean, that to me kind of put a little bit of a to that battle.
Yeah, well, I think the third round is what made it come across like B Magic body bag. It was the third round.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought Rosenberg had the crowd. He was spitting that shit. He looked confident, and you did bring up a point where it seemed like he was kind of distracted, and that happened 2 battles in a row. So let's go back to what we were talking about in terms of inexperience and the youth, which Jesse brought up earlier, him being 19 years old and just out of high school, whatever. That happened in Detroit. He let the crowd get to him. Then it happened right afterwards, almost this identical time,
Mm-hmm.
the identical situation, and it happens again in New York. Now, to me, like I said, like I was making my point before about lack of preparation or rushing there. It also does. You're supposed to ignore the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
You're supposed to perform to everybody else. You literally singled out one person again from the crowd. Who cares about what Shotgun Sugar's saying? Shotgun Sugar was there to heckle him, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows Shotgun Sugar can't.
Everybody can't handle being heckled in the crowd. Like that throws a lot of people off their game. But you know who's real good at handling. But you know who's real good at handling heckling is somebody like a Disaster. Disaster gets heckled in the crowd. He thrives off that. You know what I mean? Like he seems like he turns it up when he starts getting heckled in the crowd. But
and that comes from experience, though. Because I've seen Disaster before fuck up and not be able to pick up because, I mean, if you remember the PH battle and stuff like that. And that experience, now that's where I bring that question. And, like, I really do think it's a lack of experience and a lack of range. Because a lot of these guys are, like, Disaster's been battling for fucking years. Like, he's battled in different leagues. Matt Hoff has battled in years. Howard Dawn has battled for years, and some of these guys that are coming now into the league are coming. I'm taking them right from the PG and saying, okay, you might have this shit. Let me bring this dude on, and maybe I should take a lot of the blame. Maybe it's my fault for saying, you know what? Maybe I should have gave a couple of these guys a couple more PGs. Maybe I'll take that on me. You know what I mean? And a lot of people be like, you know, why would I do that? Because this is my job. Yeah. And, you know, the PG it was created to bring out these people, you know, bring up their profile.
Give them more experience.
Get them more ready for what you got to face in the lights. And a lot of people aren't ready for that. We are the NFL of this shit. We are the big stage. And even when we do the PG, I've seen people just their eyes just like glassy and they can't handle those lights. So imagine being in front of about 600-700 people. And at the VIP event, we kind of we was about 400 because we kept the tickets limited. lot of lights. They have 7 different cameras going. You're looking here. You're looking at celebrities are in the crowd, people you look up to, or even the battlers. And that's what a lot of these battlers don't realize. A lot of these young battlers look up to those guys they see in the crowd, like Tsunami Surfs or the Hitman Hollands, the young heroes. These are a lot of heroes to these kids coming up. I'm not saying that Rosenberg particularly, you know, I'm not coming at him particularly because there's been other guys that I've brought up over the past year that had them situations. QP, forgetting, I guess, you know, possibly forgetting around. And maybe, you know, some of these guys, like I said, I've had talks with numerous of the guys and explained to them, listen, man, this is bumps and bruises, but to their credit, they're making their mistakes in front of a large crowd, in front of a big pressure situation, without going through what these guys went through. Let's use John the Don, for instance. John the Don, although he is new with us, and he's only maybe 2 battles in, was battling, for 4 years now? He was battling at Grind Time Atlanta. He had took a loss to Lotta Zay, came back, beat Lotta Zay, took another battle versus Bricks. Like, he actually got to learn.
He put in work.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So he actually got to experience, even when he was battling with Grind Time, a crowd and handling them and stuff like that. And a kid like Raw, a kid like QP, I mean, QP did some Grind Time battles, but John kind of really progressed very fast because of the experience. And, you know, I think it's a combination of things, experience, work, because at the end of the day, you need to train yourself to be able to perform in front of these people. You got to block out that crowd. And by Shotgun Suge disrupting you and throwing you off your game, or the guy in Detroit in the crowd that threw you off your game, that shows an experience, and it shows that, you know, it's a learning experience. So, you know, a lot of people that are speaking on that, you know, it is what it is. I mean, we can't hide it. But like I said, a lot of fans did love what Rosenberg did. I personally love what he did. I thought his first round was fucking amazing. Like,
yeah, he came on. His second round was good too.
Yeah, it was, and then it kind of let you down that third round. It's like, why? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like, you know what I mean? And I think it's more lack of experience than lack of talent, and that's where I want to bring up a lot of people, like, just because, for instance, he forgot his third round, or some people saying he lost. He's growing up in front of our eyes. To be honest, same thing with a JC. You know what I mean? JC's handling it well, but he didn't face a big Magic. You know what I'm saying? He didn't face, you know what I mean? So, you know,
he's nasty.
It's a learning experience, but I definitely want to see Raw back in there, you know, as soon as possible. You know, a lot of people are saying Big K. That's another guy we've been talking about, and Big K's another
I can't
guy.
wait for that battle to drop.
Yeah. Big K should be out hopefully next week. I'm going to put the pressure on Smack by announcing it. You're going to probably be pissed at me, but fuck it, I'm going to put it out there. Big K, and I'm going to tell you this right now, that kid Big K he's something special. Like, I've seen him, I've been watching his footage over the past year, not year, I would say about the past 6 months since I got put on, and he had footage for about 2 years, so I've actually watched 2 years of his footage, and he looks really like the real thing, man. And when he battled Half Fast 7, he really he did his thing, so that might be a possible opponent for Rosenberg. I mean, and that's not somebody to take lightly. It's definitely not a step back.
No, not
in any regard. And you got to commend somebody like that. But enough about Rosenberg Raw. Let's talk about what B Magic did in that battle, and where he kind of turned a lot of people's opinion on him with the Young Cannon situation. A lot of people feel as if he didn't perform as well as he should have in the Young Cannon performance.
I actually like his performance there. I think the crowd messed it up for him.
You know, and I totally agree. And then there was actually a 25-minute break. I think the camera overheated, so we had to take a quick break, and it kind of took momentum away from what what B Magic was doing. But even though me and you think that, a lot of the people thought he didn't perform, and I think it shows a lot of growth in him. to basically take the criticism and turn it into something positive, like put it into his next performance. He had jokes, he had bars. I love the fact that, like, he's notorious for the name flips, and what he did was he flipped Rosenberg's name in 3, for one for each round. He flipped, I think it was Raw, what was it, Row,
and then Berg
and Raw each round, and that was crazy. And I like the fact that every time
he thought he ran out of one, he came up with another one too. Crazy.
Yeah, and it's crazy, and it was crazy. And I was talking to Jazz the Rap about it the other day, and it's like the way he does it is just fucking crazy. Like, I've seen people name flip. Like, I've seen Conceited do it. I've seen a lot of people do it. But the way he does it is amazing. Like, that's his calling card. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I enjoy watching him. I think sometimes a lot of people miss what he says. Like, what he said. If I CBS, I'll NBC. Like,
yeah. A lot of people didn't catch the other one when he said, "I'll cook the beef and go ham and something. Send Berg to the ER." Yeah, a lot of people didn't catch that at first until he slowed it down. Was like hamburger.
I go ham and put Berg in the ER. Get it?
Yeah.
And I was crazy. Like, he really flipped the hell out of that battle. And then, I'll be honest, he got better. And you guys haven't seen the footage yet with Real Deal. It's just Real Deal, to me, was one of the top 10 MCs out there. So that was an amazing battle. But we're going to go back to this battle. And, wow, B Magic, his name was... What's your take on that, Jesse Retard?
Jesse Rican. B Magic, his pen game is incredible. I mean, I do remember the situation, the little break that was had, but I mean, I do think in order for him to like face these top tiers, is just one thing holding him back. Like, even bar for bar wise, maybe he beat Real Deal. I gave the win to Real Deal, but that was because of performance too, and I think that's one of B Magic's weaknesses. I mean, I think his pen game is so good that he could be one of those battle rappers that may never even need to perform. But if he does perform, he would just be that much deadly.
It's crazy because I totally disagree with you with the performance. I thought he did perform. I think he's been performing. I think his performance got improved. He even added humor to it. Like, he even has his own calling card that he comes out with, foot Rosenberg roll, and all that.
Yeah.
That's his swag. Like, I don't think he's going to ever be a hollow with a bald fist and jump in your face type. He's never going to
No, he's not going to be that.
But the way he performs is a lot different than, like, a lot of people would say that about Conceited. And I think he performs a little more Conceited, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, he kind of performs his stuff out a little bit more than Con.
He's more animated.
Yeah, and so I really do disagree with you with that. I really think he has been performing. He's just a real subtle dude. If you take him from his battle with Clean and John till now, he's added a lot of humor. Like, he's actually showing his personality, and that's my opinion. He's never going to be one of those, like, Hitman Hollow's a superior performer. Like, that's what he does. He's the best. Performance,
like you said, he got his own swag where he do his shit, but he performs his shit though.
But even for his own style, I don't think he's perfected his performance ability yet. 100%.
No, I mean, who has though? Like, you're talking about a kid that's battled for a year now. Now, he started battling a year ago, probably to the date. You're talking about he might have the most quotables, the most punches in that year span that anybody has. He's had about 7 battles. When he flips Scripps' name, when he flipped Clean's name, like, he has classics and quotables that are amazing in 1 year. So, I mean, I can understand why you could say that, but if you're expecting him to be Hollow or for him to be Hitman, then you're never going to like B Magic. You're never ever going to like him.
Well, I don't dislike B Magic. I just feel like
bars, you'll fuck with him.
Yeah.
I don't dislike B Magic. I just feel like there's room for improvement. on that aspect.
Yeah, everybody to improve.
Yeah, there's room for improvement with everybody. There's room for improvement for Hollow. There's room for improvement for T-Rex. There's room for improvement for everybody. It's just you getting better as your craft gets better, and it takes experience. And that's why we were talking about that's why I bring up Rosenberg Raw. It's going to take time for some things to develop, for people to get comfortable. Talent-wise, I think they all got it. I think Clean has shown flashes of him being phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And then there's those moments where you just want to go up on stage and joke. You know what I mean? But they've all shown their flashes of greatness, to be honest with you. And even if you recall some of the earlier MCs that we've had, even with Tsunami Surf, if you recall Tsunami Surf's first battle with Young Neil, if you watch those rounds, 1 through 3, I think round 1 and 3 were very short. And he didn't realize that they were short until he was at the venue and he performed them, and that took experience. So, and then he seen when he battled DNA. And then when he came back against X Factor, it was like two different people. So it does take an experience. These kids are growing in front of our own eyes. And that's why I think people, they see these guys and they're not ready. Or, whatever, this guy should be there. A lot of those same guys that you guys are telling me should be there have gotten their shot and didn't do well. And that's real talk. So for you to take shots at a Rosenberg Raw, a B Magic, and these other kids that are doing what they're doing under extreme pressure, and the lights are on them. But believe it or not,
in a short amount of time.
Yeah. And whether you believe it or not, when you're in that arena, when you're in there watching what we do in the URL, it's a high-pressure situation, man. And the best example, shout out to Gerald McCoy from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was having a conversation with him recently, and he even said, he's like, these guys take so much criticism. It's almost like, it's crazy because he can, how you call it, he can relate for the fact that he's an NFL player, and, he has to deal with the media. So he can appreciate what these MCs are doing, and believe me, he watches everything. Him, his teammates, they watch all this stuff, and they love what these kids are doing, and they can appreciate it because you got to deal with criticism. You got to deal with a crowd. You're literally just you and another MC, and that other MC is trying to embarrass you and trying to kill you in front of all those people, not including the pressure from all the fans all around the world that are watching this, that are hitting these kids on Twitter and putting the pressure on these dudes. There's a lot of pressure to perform in the URL. I don't think there's anything else like it unless you're performing, Michael Jackson at the stage or Chris Brown. You know what I mean? And to be honest, this might be more pressure sometimes for the fact that you're not performing stuff that the crowd already knows. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z can go perform an album and he's going to have the crowd because they know his lyrics and they can't wait till that beat drops. When these guys go to the stage, the crowd doesn't know what the hell they're going to do. You could be the crowd favorite one day and the bad guy the next day. How are you going to deal with 1,000 fans in front of you coming at you? And this is what these kids are doing. And shout out to Joe McCoy, because when I had that conversation with him, it made a lot of sense due to the, just to understand that he's an NFL player, has to deal with the media all the time. These kids got to deal with the fans all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
they much more in touch with their Twitter crowd than the mainstream artists.
Yeah, and it's crazy, man. But shout out to both of them. I thought it was a great battle. I'd like to see Rosenberg run this one. He did say show interest in battling against, like I said, Big K. So, I want to work on this rookie-sophomore game, which is a big battle. I want to do it Summer Madness weekend. Me and Smack have spoken about it. We really want to do it. I'm just picking the best 6 from this year and the best 6 from last year. So, we're just matching them up. So that's going to be crazy. Believe me when I tell you, it's going to be crazy.
I noticed B-Magic calling out Bill Collector a lot in that battle, too.
That's a tough matchup. It's an interesting
That'll be a
matchup.
good one.
a lot of people say, oh, it's an awkward matchup. Like I said before, in boxing terms, you might be a slugger facing a boxer, a guy that uses speed against a guy that uses power. It's almost the same thing. If you got a guy that's punchline heavy and a guy that performs, it's whose style is going to be more effective that night. So when people sit there and, oh, it's not a good matchup because of this, I don't want to see somebody going punchline for fucking hours sometimes. I like those matchups. Like, I thought Real Deal and B Magic was a crazy matchup because it was something totally different. They had to really strategize for each other. So, I mean, I'd like to see that. That'd be a good one. Him and Bill Collector would be crazy. But if we do the rookie-sophomore, they would both be sophomores, and we would have to figure out their matchup. I'm actually looking at, for B Magic, since he's such a punchline king, the guy that I would match him up with would probably be Chilla Jones. That's who I would.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So I'm going to say Chilla. John, I would say, let me see.
Cash Eden is a freshman, right? Rookie.
Cash Eden is a freshman. I'd like to see Cash Eden possibly versus, I want to see Cash versus Bill Collector. I want to see that. I want to see JC. Wow, that's a tough one. JC. Well, those are just three matches I'm going to throw out there. But the rookie-sophomore shit, I want to do it for the weekend of Summer Madness. I think it'll be amazing. I think the fans will love it. I think everybody will love it, to be honest with you. But, I don't know. I mean, shit. What do you guys think?
So, what about Vici? What's Vici? Vici's a rookie or is he a sophomore?
Vici he's definitely a rookie. He had his first battle against Ivan the Great. It was a good battle. Ivan the Great was kind of going off. I haven't watched the footage yet, but it was a really good battle. I like Vici due to the fact that Vici, he's very adamant about battling on smack, which is something that's always impressive to me. And he can freestyle. He's dope. Like he's definitely a student of it. I would like to see a little more, maybe a couple more battles, possibly, and we could take it from there because Vici definitely shows a lot of promise, especially with the freestyle ability. So, yeah, he's definitely a rookie. I like the kid Johnny Alcatraz. Johnny Alcatraz is somebody that I love. He's a kid from Block City out of Jersey. If you guys haven't seen Johnny Alcatraz, take a look at the kid. He's really dope. Another rookie that I've been dying. Like my 2012 class might be a little bit deeper, but I haven't been able to bring everybody back due to different circumstances. Like I love Super Rider from Atlanta, one of my favorites. Kid out of Atlanta, Georgia, happens to be a student, so it's not as easy to bring some of these kids out here. Ill Will from Pontiac. He might be one of the most talented ones, period. Him and Big K, to me, are incredible. They might be able to go with anybody in the 2012 class, and that's just real talk. Chilla Jones, crazy. Crazy, bar heavy.
Chilla Jones actually kind of my bad, go ahead.
No, you speak, man.
No, I was going to say, Chilla Jones actually disappointed me in his battle with Strange. Like, he did good, but he didn't press on that gas pedal. And then, against Cash Eden, that's the Chilla Jones I know, I think Chilla Jones versus, who did you say, Bill Collector?
No, I said B Magic.
Against B Magic, that would be a great battle right there. I mean, B Magic will really have his hands full. The only problem with that too is like, do these sophomores have a kind of, I don't want to take a step back and battle
maybe
these
they
rookies.
don't want to touch the freshmen because they look at it step back or something.
No, and the funny thing is I've actually spoken to the majority of them, and they're actually more willing to do it than you would think. John's actually the one that came up with the idea to do it. So, just that actually speaks volumes for them. I spoke to him. I've spoken to B Magic, and they're like, why not? Like, who cares? Because they understand that it's basically, it's keeping them moving alive. You know what I mean? Like, they know where they were a year ago, and they can relate to these guys. So it's nothing Hollywood about it. It's really embracing the culture. So I've spoken to a few of them, and they're with it. I know Tone is with it. You know what I mean? I know B Magic is with it. John is with it. M City's with it. I spoke to him. So, you know, I definitely don't think they're going to be like, oh, no, I don't want to do it because that's gay. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you want to do it? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you want to have another few 100,000 views? Because I think the fans want to see it, and I think it's really what the fans want to see at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
Like, you know, it's like if the fans don't want to see it, then, you know, how are you going to become a star? You know what I mean? So, it's something about it.
The Bloody Knuckles event on Sunday that we might be seeing on the Proving Ground?
There was some dudes. I think a few of them they're still learning. You know what I mean? Like, battling is something that you gotta it's a development. It takes time. You know what I mean? So you're not just gonna just pick up a pen. There was this one Spanish dude, I forgot his name, and he actually kind of impressed me the most out of everybody that night. You know, he got busy. I'm actually over here at Flashlight Clothing, and you know, I was told I was gonna be home by 7 p.m. today. My boy Sammy, if you guys check him out, it's Nest Flashlight, NES Flashlight, and whatever. He's on Facebook too, Nest Flashlights, and apparently we all have to. We're gonna take a selection to buy him a watch because I was supposed to be home by about 7:30. So I'm doing the interview. We're gonna collect cans and it's crazy because it's like 40 degrees outside. You got shorts on, so it's crazy. But yeah, I'm over here, you know, we're doing, you know, getting fly with the flashlight stuff, so I know the fans got a shitload of questions for me. I mean, it's up to you. What do you want to do? You want to go to the fans? You want
to... Let's get the fans' take on this battle and everything. 914, you there?
Yeah, what's good?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's good, Hal? What's good? What you on there? Norbs, what's poppin', Norbs?
I'm good, man. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Chilling, you already know, huh? So, you know, I watched the B Magic battle, you know what I'm saying, the Rosenberg Raw shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I've been watching Rosenberg Raw and B Magic for a while. You know what I'm saying? As far as Rosenberg Raw, like, I don't know, like, I feel he young, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the first round he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So the second round, he kind of got distracted or whatever. So it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of threw his little performance off or whatever. But I don't know. He got talent though, man. I like B Magic. I've been watching B Magic since Street Status for a while now. You know what I'm saying? He got punchlines. He had punchlines throughout the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I don't know, Rosenberg Raw, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got potential, but it's like the URL stage, man, like, at the end of the day, whatever's on that channel is going to do a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? So that's like pretty much his shot. Rosenberg, well, he got a shot. You know what I'm saying? To put his name out there, to put his shit out there. And I think he needed to be more professional about his performance than he was. You know what I'm saying? It's like...
Do you think he might have been thrown to the lions too early?
I don't think so, because he fucking had bad battles. You know what I'm saying? The nigga had mad battles. He's young. You know what I'm saying? So when you on that big stage, on a URL stage or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and people start heckling, it seemed like he had a good first round, and then when B Magic went in, you know what I'm saying, it's like he took the crowd. So the second round, dudes started heckling him. You see Shotgun Suge said whatever he said, and it's like that threw Rosenberg Raw. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be a professional. Like, URL stage, if any battler goes on there, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're going against a dude like B Magic, you know what I'm saying, who's punchline heavy, who's nice, you know what I'm saying, you got to come with your best material, like, and you got to be professional about your shit. You can't go up there and let the crowd distract you, you know what I'm saying? He let the crowd distract it. I seen the Rosenberg Raw against Old Red, too. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing the first round, and it's like the second round, the first and the second round, Old Red did his thing, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, that kind of threw Rosenberg Raw's performance off. Even with the Clips and the X Factor, if you watch that battle, Clips went first, which was a smart move. He took the whole crowd, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, when you watch X Factor perform after Clips, that kind of messed his performance up because he's like, damn, you know, he took the whole crowd, he did his thing. My bars is crazy, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, take the crowd the way he did. So it's like that kind of like took his confidence away. When you see X Factor rapping in his round, he didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have that swag that he should have had with that, you know what I'm saying, with the bars or whatever. And the same thing with Rosenberg Raw.
Mm-hmm. No, and I agree. I think ability-wise, I think Rosenberg definitely has it. In terms of preparation and not being prepared to finish off 3 rounds, I think that shows lack of preparation and experience. So I totally agree with you on that. And you know, he's got to be prepared. Like a guy like B Magic. I mean, I've seen him fumble one time against M City. One time.
Yeah, I've seen that shit too. I mean, against Remedy too. Against Remedy too, he fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching B Magic for a while. B Magic is nice.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna B Magic. When I seen him battle QP and John the Don, I'm looking at this nigga like, yo, he probably the next nigga up. The only thing he lacked is everything other than he got bars. Like to me, B Magic top 10, maybe even top 5 in URL as far as wordplay and bars. You know what I'm saying? But like when you get to that stage and you in front of 1,000, 2,000 people, it's different from the street status crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to come with this.
I definitely agree with you, and that's why I bring up the point. Yeah. He has, and it seems like New York loves him way more than the Midwest, and he's performed in front of the last 2 battles. For people that say he can't rock the crowd, he rocked the crowd both times.
Yeah.
So. And
with his bars, though. You know what I'm saying? He rocked the crowd
and his performance. But you got to understand, he's never going to be.
He got his own swag. I hear what you say. He got his own style.
And that's my point. Like
he got his own swag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he doesn't get boring. Like he got his. You know, but let me finish. That's my point. Like if people expect him to be sarcastic like a Math or like an energetic Hollow like a Hitman, it's never going to happen. That's not who he is. But he does rock a crowd. I've seen him do it. This is not the first time I've seen him do it. He did it in back-to-back performances. And against Real Deal, he definitely did it. And that was the biggest step of competition he's had to this day. So for the people that say, oh, in terms of a big crowd, I've seen him rock a big crowd. They can't tell me he can't rock a big crowd. And he is entertaining. He's funny. I mean, I don't know. I agree with some of the things you say. And I definitely understand your concerns, but he's never going to be an energetic guy like Hollow or Tech-9 or nothing like that.
Now, I understand what you're saying. About B Magic's one of my favorite new niggas out. You know what I'm saying? But like, even with K-Shine, I used to watch K-Shine in the Lions Den when he first started in Battle Goods. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how he grew, and if you see him now, how he slowed his shit down, and you know what I'm saying? Like he learned off his battles and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think totally B Magic could be one of the best niggas out. You know what I'm saying? I think he has the top 5, top 10 bars and wordplay, but I think he just needs a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, you get tired of the name flip. The name flips was cool, and he had a lot of fresh name flips throughout the whole battle. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he can't freestyle. He don't got no personals. You know what I'm saying? His stage presence, if he could work on a couple of those things, he could be definitely top 10.
I feel you, but you bring up something like you say, personals, and Young Gaddis might have said it the best. Just because you have personals, all it makes you is a good researcher. And that's real tough. It's a rap battle. Just because you have personals doesn't necessarily fit. It doesn't make you the most talented dude. So I understand what you're saying. Maybe that's something that you would like to see him do. I don't think that's going to define him as a battler. I think at the end of the day, it's about rapping. And I do agree with your performance on he can improve, and he has. I think every battle he's taken a step forward and forward and forward. And I think he's one of them that is actually getting better and better every time he steps on the stage. But in terms of the personals, I don't care about the personals. Like I never understood when somebody says, "Yeah, and you work at Kmart, and you did a dance video, so." Or used to sell jewelry in the mall. Haven't we all had jobs? I've done some of the worst jobs ever. It's like I hate half of the jobs I've had, to be honest with you. So in terms of the personals, I can live without them. Some of them are cool. You know what I mean? If you put
I said before, I think it's taking over that. I think it's taking over battle rap, and I don't like it.
I think it's a cheat code. I think when Math did it, when he did it against Rex, and it was the way he put it together was crazy. He mixed personals, whatever. After that, I started seeing a lot of MCs, and let's be real, a lot of them started going to personal stuff. And Hitman Holler took it to another level. I thought the way he did it was very creative. I'm not knocking anything Hitman did. And I think his second round against Arsenal, the way he put the whole thing together in the storytelling was super original, and I loved it. But I think a lot of MCs, even the way Surf, actually K-Shine did it to Surf, I thought was dope. You know what I mean? Because he didn't just rely on that. But I think certain people are starting to rely on personal shit, and I don't think that wins you a battle. You still got to out-rap the other nigga. If you put it in a form where it makes sense, and it still stays rap, that makes sense. You know what I mean? But the personal shit, I don't care, because if B-Magic raps about him, I don't give a fuck if this guy's work at Macy's.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I've had, you know, if I would tell you some of the jobs that I used to work at Toys R Us Times Square. When that shit first opened, I used to wear a blue shirt, Toys R Us name badge, slacks, and just those girls all day. That's what I used to do all day. I used to sell toys. I'm not embarrassed to say that. I used to work at Toys R Us Times Square. If somebody would ever bring it up in a battle rap, I'd piss my pants because I'm not embarrassed. I still don't understand, like, if you're a rapper, you're supposed to be able to sell drugs? No. It doesn't make sense. And I know Psycho, you got something to say, so you didn't say it, but, you know, I understand it.
Yeah, I'm right here. No, I was just saying how I was saying before. I just thought it was taking over battle rap, and I just got a problem with it because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be about bars. Now, I'm a firm believer in bars over everything, but I don't think bars is everything. I think it's more than just bars, but I think the bars is the most important thing that you're supposed to have as an MC. And once you start focusing on more than something else besides bars, it starts killing shit to me.
Yeah, and be honest with you, like, I think some of the people that have done the personal have crossed the line. I feel like it's an invasion of privacy sometimes. Why do you want to know about my personal life? Like, why? Why do you want to know about this guy's personal life? I don't care if this girl was a stripper. Why the fuck would I care? I'll rap her. Or I don't care if this nigga had a job at UPS. Or this and that. Like, sometimes it's cute, it's dope, whatever. But it doesn't win you a battle unless you do it creatively. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
And that's what I think, like, I've seen a couple of female battles that have done that, and, like,
they get nasty in them girl battles.
They get fucking personal. Like, I'll be saying, like, I'm not fucking with none of you hoes.
If you like personals, go watch some girl battles.
Hold on, I got E from... I saw it. It makes me not want to mess with any female artist. Wait, by the way, I got E from Flashlight, and he's drunk as hell. I'm not drunk yet. You're not drunk? You just bust my book.
That's Louis?
Yeah, that's Louis from Flashlight.
Oh, tell him I got something for him. You there?
You got something for him?
Yeah.
All right, Psycho said he got something for you. What?
You listening?
I was just wanting to tell the people, I apologize for having this nigga out here this late. He was supposed to be home at a certain time. But when you come print, my nigga, ain't no time out here. We print all night, nigga. Fuck that. But yeah, back to the personal shit. Like, yeah, the girls definitely get the most personal, man. Like I've been in battles. Girls say, you fuck this guy, that guy. I'm like, fuck this shit. I am not fucking none of you bitches. And I've been in some of them raps. Trust me, I've been in some of those raps.
Mm-hmm.
You fuck this one and you fuck that one, and it's not true. And it sucks when people bring that shit up. Luckily, I'm single, so that's not a problem. But if I wasn't single, it wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, having said that,
yeah, we'll go to the next caller. Let's go to the next caller. I said, let's go to the next caller. 410, you there?
Yo, what's up?
What's up, brother?
What's up?
You gotta make sure you shout out Jesse Retard, okay? You have to make
Straight Stunt Magazine is in the building. We will be dropping our newest issue May 15th. That's
what up, mate?
To the 5th anniversary edition. What's up, y'all? We got 4 covers on the next one. What's good?
What's going on, Nick?
I'm waiting to be on the cover, man. Yeah, Slay, what's up, nigga? Holla at me. I want Miss DR.
Shout out to everybody on the new cover, man. Shout out to Gunplay Torch. She's on the new cover. Malia Michael's on the new cover. Big Critter's on the new cover. and this kid Lamborghini D, he's on the new cover. So shout out Straight Stunt Magazine first off.
Yeah, well, you gotta tell Miss PR that. Well, on my cover, I want her on the cover with me. I love Miss PR.
Definitely. Yo, shout out to B Magic, my boy. Shout out to Rosenberg Raw for taking that battle. And because he was at a point, he was getting to a point where I guess he kind of felt like he was, and even the fans felt like Rosenberg may have been a step above taking a B Magic battle because B Magic wasn't getting his, his just due, and Rosenberg was kind of somebody that was reaping the benefits of, in my opinion, reaping the benefits of bill collectors' hype, and he was able to kind of, piggyback off that, and people were kind of giving him the props that he deserved bigger battles when he hadn't even really put himself in a place to really earn that yet. But but shout out to him in the battle too, though, because he never fumbled. He forgot his rhymes. He never fumbled, but he still was in true Rosenberg Raw form, the way I've seen him from the first day I've ever seen him. But Magic, that was Magic on a whole nother level. I understand what Jesse was talking about earlier, though. Jesse was saying what he expects different from Magic. That's only because URL is the pro league of battle rap. So when you see these guys, so when you see these guys, that was beautiful. When you see these guys on that stage, you expect nothing less from them than their A game at all times. So that's what I believe Jesse was saying. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, like Norb said, like my brother said, these guys have nothing but room to improve. All of them do. A-Verb, Charlie Clips, Math Hoffa, Calico, Conceited. All of them have nothing but room to improve. That's the reason why they have to continue to compete and get better. And, for us to be able to continue to enjoy this, this culture that we love, you know what I'm saying, and we've come to love and continuing to love. But the other kid was talking about, just a second ago, was talking about, what he entails as his, a standard for a battler, and he's looking for more of stage presence and more personals out of B Magic and this, that, and the third. And I don't even have to jump on that because Norv summed it up. Hip Hop Cycle, he summed it. You know what I'm saying? He summed it up. But at the same time, it's just as bad as hearing people say that. It's just as bad as these guys, talking about their Twitter followers and how many views they've got and how that defines them as battlers. You know what I'm saying? Because, even I remember when I went back and forth on Twitter with John about the kid Artisan having, I think, 1 million views on one of his battles, and I was like, he was saying, that was fabricated and you can buy views and this, that, and the third. And I was like, well, really, it only proves that it is meaningless. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say because one guy fabricated numbers. Like, they say numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, numbers do. You know what I'm saying? Numbers, like computer numbers do lie because they can all be fabricated. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about that. It's not about that at all. It's about performance. It's about when we were all there at that battle for Charlie Clips and X Factor, and we all spoke on it over the phone. We all did all it. But guess what? When that footage dropped, that YouTube footage, everything we talked about was a different conversation once we seen it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So as long as these dudes, B Magic, continue to do what he does, man, we're going to see the footage, and the footage is going to tell the whole truth. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. You're definitely right. I definitely hear you on that.
Yeah, the footage is going to tell the whole truth, man. So, Norbs, like Norb said, about the personals, Norbs used to work at Toys R Us. You know what I'm saying? He was getting promoted, is what people don't even know, is that he actually lost the job because when it was time for him to wear the mascot suit, the Eddie the Giraffe, he had no neck. and he couldn't put the top piece on. It kept falling off. The giraffe from the Toys R Us giraffe, and it kept falling off. And so they had no use for him. They had no use for him at all because the neck piece wouldn't come. It was just shoulders and head. So the neck piece kept falling. Anyway, so like you said, everybody's had terrible jobs. You know what I'm saying? It was unfortunate that he couldn't fit the mascot head, but
the mascot head was
to the
tough,
neck.
but I got a lot of girls there.
Yeah. So but yo, shout out to that, man. I can't wait to see B Magic get on that stage again. I can't wait to see that footage drop with him and Real Deal. I can't even wait to see Rosenberg Raw go up against his next opponent, because you best believe like that. And I'm also hoping that this didn't take him out of his zone, and that he learned, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, third time is a charm. But it's all about matchups too, y'all. Like, you got to remember, Rosenberg Raw went up against JC and B Magic, not two dudes that you want to go up against. You know what I'm saying? With the type of style that Rosenberg Raw has, I think it wasn't as good of a matchup for him. I think it was a clash in matchups for Rosenberg Raw to go up against those two guys. So it's not a shock to me that what happened to him in two battles in a row, because they were able to, I know you said lack of preparation and all that good stuff, but not for nothing, Norbs, both of those two dudes, what they were able to bring to the battle and the problems that he had with them, they both rattled his cage mentally. Like, how the hell am I supposed to get out of this round and go into my next round after that?
Well, is there a chance that it could backfire too, like not learning from experience, but maybe a discouragement, or maybe maybe I can't do this, and then you go into the next battle and just mess up again because your mind is...
I don't think so. I think that Rosenberg, what Rosenberg has in his favor is, and a lot of guys don't, is that I think Rosenberg has a good camp. I think Rosenberg has good having Bill Collector in his corner. You know what I'm saying? And still sharp and still, that I think he'll be able to rebound from that, definitely, because Bill Collector rebounded from what I don't consider it to be a loss to John the Don this is my particular opinion on that, the John the Don battle. You know what I'm saying? I don't particularly consider that a loss for him. But look how he rebounded against QP. You know what I'm saying? So and I think the same thing for Rosenberg. Like, I think he's gonna. I mean, it's just a battle of matchups. You know what I'm saying? And style make fight. You know.
I actually got E from Flashlight on the line too. E, what you think about the Rosenberg versus the Magic battle?
I think Rosenberg, right? I think Rosenberg is super underrated for his style of fight, right? His style of fight is that rugged. I love to compare him to Beanie Siegel because that's what he reminds me of. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that when I went to school, I wasn't the best student, right, my nigga? So if there was a test on Monday morning, I would try to cram as much as I could Sunday. And if the book had 12 chapters, I'd read 9 and I'd wing it for 3, for the next 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? And to me, his first round, crazy. Second round, crazy. Third round, I can't do it. And go against a heavyweight. Hold up, my nigga. And go against a young heavyweight who clearly has brought name flipping to another fucking level. My nigga B Magic. You know what I'm saying? That's like crazy. B Magic did his motherfucking thing, but this nigga Rosenberg came out swinging, son. But I just think that he ain't prepared for that test completely. He didn't read the last 2, 3 chapters, my nigga. Because that third round was supposed to be, it's not as good as the first round, twice as better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? I think his energy level dropped the first, second, and third.
It's funny you mentioned the classroom shit, because actually that was the analogy I used earlier. It's like you get ready for that test, but then you put it aside, and you cram at the last minute to get to read the last chapter. And that's exactly what I feel like Rosenberg does. And that shows a lack of experience on his part. You know, because if he would have came with a first round, a third round, the way he rang his first round, that battle might have been a different
Either
story.
way. Either way. It would have went either way. It would have went either way because fans are fans, and some niggas, I'm a New York nigga. And New York nigga from the 90s and 80s, and to me, lyrics is like, you know what I'm saying? Like the way you break shit down is so dope. But delivery and that hardcore shit that this nigga Rosenberg brings is dope too. So if he would have had a third round, it would have been like more of a debate instead of a clear people 2-1. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what other people are saying because I just got on, but I'm sure most people are saying 2-1 motherfucking B-Magic. You know what I'm saying?
I know we got some more fans on the line, so hold on. Maybe for sure. Thanks for calling. We got to get
brother.
the next fan caller.
Talk to you later. All right, peace.
All right.
Go pop that Straight Top magazine too, y'all. Flashlight Clothes are coming. Hopefully I'm in the summer edition. I want to be on the cover. Shout out to Miss DR. I love you, baby.
All right, 803, you on the air?
Yo, what up, everybody?
Yeah,
Yo, Jesse, y'all. Excuse the static in my cheap-ass phone. My cell phone is dead. I wanted to call the show anyway.
You got a Metro PCS, right?
What you say?
You got a Metro PCS?
No.
Just check. If you throw it out the fucking window. But what's your question, brother?
I wanted to weigh in a little bit about the personal thing you talk about. I ain't gonna try. I'm trying not to take up too much time, but like B Magic and Rosenberg, B Magic and Rosenberg Raw. I gotta be honest. I know everyone. Yeah. I know from what I can gather. You know, everyone's saying 2-1 B Magic. I honestly think that was a 3-0 battle. Rosenberg Raw first round was cool. You know what I mean? I just feel like that dude is a poor man Shotgun Suge, like real shit. And I'm not even the biggest Suge fan. I just think what he does, like, you know, when you see somebody like Suge do it and then you see somebody like him do it, it just don't hit as hard. Like, keep in mind, like for Suge, like for what Suge does, Suge looks the part. Like he looks, he acts, the way he delivers everything he does, the dude looks like everything he says. When you see Rosenberg, you see a nigga that just got out of high school. Real shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he looked like he went from, you know, getting his diploma to the block. Come on, son. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it don't hit as hard to me, you know?
I feel you what you're saying, but to that is like this. I got two statements to make about your comment. One is, why can't there be another guy that talks that street shit and that bully shit, a la Shotgun Suge, when you have a million conceded?
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
And then the second point is, I mean, you could look like the toughest nigga on earth and be the biggest pussy, and then you can look like the biggest herb on earth and be that nigga.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily believe you gotta look a certain way or whatever. Like, I don't know what Rosenberg's done, but if he's spitting that shit, he's spitting that shit. And
I agree, but like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, like a good example. It's kind of like how, remember Goods in Conceited Battle, and Goods the whole time was saying, this nigga's tiny. Why do y'all believe this nigga talking about he sell white? And, you know what I mean? This nigga's tiny with all these, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that. I get what you're saying, too. I'm not saying you're wrong, Norbs, because you have a point.
No.
Just saying,
it's an opinion, brother. Say whatever you want.
Like, you know, I mean, you have a point. You know,